All right, hey, Believe Nation, this is David Imonitie here. I am super excited to actually be on here live with you guys again. It is April 15th. This is the official birthday of Believe Nation. I can't believe it's already been a year. We actually pre-launched in March 28th, on March 28th, 2020, and had the official birthday April 15th, 2020. And what a year it's been. And I just think that Believe Nation was really born at the right time, at the perfect time where the whole world seemed to be going upside down. Actually, it didn't seem like it was. It actually was upside down. We were in the middle of a lockout. Things were just uncertain. We didn't know what was going to happen. But we made a decision that we were going to birth Believe Nation. And I think, and I know, and I believe that it's been one of the best decisions that we've ever made, because of the impact that it's had on so many people. As I've traveled around the world now and really talked to a lot of people that are part of Believe Nation, even people that are not in Believe Nation, they tell me all the time that they have been able to learn and really grow and really mature in a lot of different areas of their lives. And it has a lot to do with the information, the community that we have within Believe Nation. So I want to say big congratulations to all of you. I want to say happy birthday to each and every one of you that's a part of Believe Nation. If you're not a part of Believe Nation, you can do that right now. You can go to believenation.com. Register is completely free. I had a meeting with our development team for the app. I got a chance to see some of the features of it. Really excited about it. We're going to be releasing that very soon. So it's just going to continue to grow. And obviously, we're communicating with you every single day through my cell phone number there. You guys can see 832-219-8157. Continue to send those messages in. I know I'm communicating with you as well. And we're all gearing up for the I Believe experience that is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And I know we were prepared for July 16th to the 18th, but we had to make some adjustments. We actually had to move locations. We actually moved from where it was actually at a fairground. And we got that location because we weren't really sure about the COVID restrictions. But as things are now starting to really open up, we said, you know what, why don't we do it at a hotel? So we're actually going to be at the Hilton in Orlando. So we just moved it up a week. So if you've already booked your flight, just call the airline, let them know, hey, we want it for a week later, and I'm sure they can take care of that for you. And in today's day and age, there's no change fee, I think, right? So yeah, good. No change fee. There you go. So July 23rd to the 25th, it is going to be pandemonium. We're really excited about this event. Tickets are selling out fast right now. The VIP mostly is what's really selling out. So we have a few of those left, and we have some gold tickets as well. Go ahead and do that. As a matter of fact, I've got a major announcement at the end of this call as to what we're going to do for our VIP guests that already purchased VIP tickets at the $897, and we're also going to have some major announcement we're going to do for those folks that actually have purchased gold tickets as well. So a lot of great things are happening, but and we'll talk about that later on. But we've got some exciting news. As I told you guys, I wouldn't be the only person that would be training. This is a 3-day I Believe experience. And I want you to understand really the purpose of Believe Nation. There's 7 different areas as I looked at the world, and I looked at people, I looked at my life, I looked at successful people. I said, what are the different areas of their lives that they're really thriving in? Or what are some areas in people's lives where they may be having some challenges? And we sat down, we created the 7 pillars of Believe Nation. And there, I'll give it to you guys again. It is spiritual awareness, right? We believe that's number 1. You being aware of the spiritual power that's on the inside of you. And then your emotional strength, right? Because in order to live the life that you really want to live, you've got to be in the right state all the time. And that can be some of the biggest challenges that most people have. Because the emotional state that you're in a lot of times leads directly to the actions that you take. The actions that you take within your relationships and how you interact with other people, how you allow other people to impact how you feel, right? So we dive into relationships, and we're going to have experts in that arena as well. And then we also want to help you with your leadership, right? I've been in the field of leadership now for the last 17 years. I think I know a thing or two about leadership, but we'll have other coaches and mentors in that field as well to actually give from a different perspective. And that's why we have Pastor Darius Daniels that's going to be at this event as well, coming up July 23rd to the 25th. But we also want to tap into and help you with your health, right? Your health and fitness. How important is that right now? We launched Believe Nation during a pandemic, and we saw a lot of lives be taken by a virus that most people don't really understand. But I can tell you this, there's some things that you can do right now on a day-to-day basis to boost your immune system, to make sure that if anything like that ever happened again, that you were prepared for it, that your body was already engaged in having that vitality. So we're going to tap into that as well. And then obviously your financial fitness, right? I mean, yes, can you be happy without money? Yeah, I'm sure you could, but I don't think having it hurts, right? So we want to help you with that so you can be strong when it comes to your finances. And then obviously your purpose and your contribution. You know, you don't really live a full life until you've given. And that's what your purpose and your contribution is all about. How much are you giving to humanity? What's going to be said about you when you go? You know, is it going to be, oh, well, she just went out and made a lot of money, or man, she just went out and, you know, she looked great, or he did great? No, is it, what did you give back to humanity? So we're going to talk about that as well. So as I looked at the 7 different pillars, and I looked at my life, and I said, yeah, I can definitely give in all of these different areas, but who are some other people that I have a tremendous amount of love and respect for, people that I know that have actually gone through and actually thrived and succeeded in all of these different areas, or maybe some of these specific areas. And I have a very special guest here. The world knows who she is, so I'm pretty sure all of you in Believe Nation know exactly who this woman is. An incredible, incredible person. That's the first thing I want to say. I think she's one of the most amazing people that I've ever met. Just a kind heart, extremely humble, has done some phenomenal things, Grammy Award winning, world-renowned singer, author. We're going to talk about a new book that she has coming out. And guess what, guys? She's here with me in studio, but she is actually going to be at the event as well. She's actually one of the main speakers at the I Believe experience. And what she's going to be bringing, we're going to touch on it today, but I believe a lot of people really need what it is that she's going to be sharing with us on stage, July 23rd to the 25th, and what she's going to be sharing here today. So you guys know her as Michelle Williams. Thank you so much for coming and joining us, the beautiful Michelle Williams.
Thank you.
And from Illinois. What part of Illinois again?
Don't try it. Don't try it.
I know I'm going to start with that.
Don't try it.
It's not Chicago. It's something else. What is it again?
You tried it. Rockford, Illinois is where I am proud to be from. Yes, it is 60 miles west of Chicago. No shame.
Right.
Yes, I'm from Rockford, honey.
A good deal.
Yes.
So Rockford, Illinois, but you've traveled around the world, obviously seen the entire world, and I want to say thank you for taking the time out to be here with us today.
Thank you.
And I also, from the bottom of my heart, want to say thank you for being a huge, huge supporter to myself and to Believe Nation. It's meant the world to myself. It's meant the world to the team as well. And we're really glad to have you to be a part of this event. We're really excited about it. We're pumped up. So, but we'll start with today. I want to talk about, I know the world knows you, but we'll act like they don't. And we'll talk about your story. Like how did it all start for you? And, you know, I know you grew up in a Christian home and, you know, but
I want you to say Rockford's name. Say it.
Yes, Rockford.
Thank you.
You grew up in Rockford,
Come
Illinois.
on. Come on. Thank you so much.
Yes. So I want you to talk about your beginnings and how did it all, you know, graduate to who you became and who you are today and all that good stuff.
All right. Well, I am one of 4. Grew up in the Midwest. Grew up in church, of course, all day, every day. Singing was something that I did do, but I didn't think that I could or that I would do it professionally. College was really encouraged in my family, and I saw the results of people with their college degrees. There's 3 doctors in my family. There's nurses. My mom is a nurse. So I was like, they're pretty, you know, living pretty decent lives. So I guess a college degree is what I'll get. And I'll never forget, I had a mentor, and she worked for the FAA. And she was making like 75 grand coming out of college. I was like, whoa,
a month? Was that a month?
Not a month.
Oh, okay.
A year. Don't try it. Don't try it. But I mean, for what I knew,
Right.
75 grand was a lot of money. And I felt like her as a single woman, she was doing her thing. And I said, I want that. And so I went to college. I went to Illinois State University for 2 years, studying criminal justice. So don't do
That's actually what I went to college for, too.
Yeah, right.
I promise you.
Yeah, right.
I went to Shaw University and my major was criminal justice.
What?
Yeah. Didn't finish, but that's what my major was.
Me neither. I definitely didn't finish,
Okay.
and was going to minoring in sociology, and that's what I was going to do. I was like, either I want to be a forensic psychologist, or I felt like I was going to make an amazing prosecuting attorney. So I still try to, do that to people. I still try to interrogate people. No, but seriously, and I'll never forget. A friend of mine called me, and he actually was trying to see if my number was still the same. He found my number in the bottom of a moving box.
Oh, wow.
And said, hey, I'm just calling you to see if this number is still you, and it's me. And so he said, I'm about to go on the road with Monica. He was a keyboardist for Monica and a band called 98 Degrees. I am definitely telling how old I am.
98 Degrees.
98 Degrees.
Yeah, I was
so
about 9.
No, you know what? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I think I was 9. Maybe
Okay.
9 or 10.
Okay, maybe so. But I'm going to let you be great. So listen, that was in 1999. And so this is the power of what comes out of your mouth. I said, well, tell Monica I said hi. And if she needs a background singer, tell her to call me.
Wow.
So he calls me about a week later and says, hey, she's having auditions tomorrow. Can you get to Atlanta? And I said, at the time, I said, well, I can't afford a next day air ticket. And if I take Greyhound, I'm not going to get there till April 15th, 2021.
Right.
So he said, well, hold up. Let me call my aunt. Her name was Gladys, who worked for United Airlines. Let's see what she can do for you. So she got me a buddy pass, flew to Atlanta. I auditioned for Monica. And what's so amazing about that is I sang a hymn. That's how churchy I was. Right. I sang a hymn at an R&B audition. It worked though.
You remember what you knew?
I got the gig, and I remember saying, I don't want this gig because of who I know. I want this gig because of my talent.
Right.
But years later, I would come to find out that sometimes it is who you know that can get you through the door. But your character and talent is what should actually keep you there.
Yeah.
And so. And I want to say that guy who called me, he was tragically killed Easter Sunday, just a few weeks ago.
Wow.
And that totally blew me away. And then I meet Destiny's Child. They're opening up for Monica at 98 Degrees. They had like 3 songs. Of course, I'm not an original member. And about 6 months after that tour ended, I get a phone call from Tina Knowles, and they fly me here to Houston, and they're saying, hey, we want you to be, as possible, we want you to be an alternate member, nothing permanent. And I said, oh, alternate, great, I can still finish school and go make my 75 grand.
Right.
And then it would turn out that a few weeks later, after I sing with them, we go to Papados. I had
That's the spot here in Houston.
Had to do Papados. And I said, if I never, get the opportunity to sing with these young ladies, they were some of the most humble, friendly, sweet girls. So I go back home, I mind my business, I'm getting ready to enroll in school again. And I get a phone call saying, hey, we need you to fly to LA to shoot the video for Say My Name.
Wow.
And funny story about that. Either that day or within a day or two, I was actually supposed to shadow the county coroner to look at an autopsy. And so I had to make the decision, do I go film Say My Name?
Wow.
Or do I go shadow the county coroner to, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I filmed the Say My Name video and go on to be in this amazing group, Dreams Coming True. And I'm here today, 21 years later, back in Houston, talking to you.
Yeah. Now, you said a lot, and there are a couple of things that I want people to really pay attention to. You said that you actually sang for Monica.
Oh yeah, and I said, tell her I said hi. And
Right.
if she needs a background singer, for her to call me. I thought I was talking out the side of my mouth.
Where did that confidence come from? What do you think that influenced to have that level of confidence in your ability? Because we all have ability, but I think a lot of times we don't really fulfill that ability because of the lack of confidence that we have in ourselves. So what do you think that was born out of?
I was, my mother would tell you, I was an interesting child. I always did things I probably had no business doing. You tell me not to jump, I'm going to jump. You tell me that fire can do damage, I'm going to play with the fire. I did start fires. I outburned my house down. No, it's a real true story. If you tell Tenitra Michelle not to do something, she's definitely going to do the opposite.
Right.
And I just think that that's what happened. That arrogance that I had that told Monica to call me.
Right.
She don't know me. Well, I got a phone call.
Yeah.
And I ended up singing background for her, and that ultimately led to me joining Destiny's Child.
Now, when you said this, did you believe that that was what was going to happen, or were you just saying it just to say it?
I literally just was talking out the side of my mouth because that's, I'm a jokester, and it made me seriously think about what I said was powerful. And when I got off the road with Monica, I had a period of a few months, and I was living with my grandmother. And I will never forget when Say My Name came out, and then that was on the Writings on the Wall album for Destiny's Child, but they had a song called Temptation. And I would prop a mirror on one of my grandmother's chairs, and I would act like I was performing.
Wow.
This was before Destiny's. So I'm singing these Destiny's Child songs over and over and over and over again. I guess creating an environment, which is so crazy about the things that you talk about, were things that I was like, oh gosh, I was doing that at 19 years old, at the age of 20. Yeah. And y'all, I'm kid you not, the fact that I got a phone call from Beyonce's mother, and that phone call actually was birthed from a young lady named Janella Segura, who was a dancer for Monica.
Wow.
And she referred me. And so I just encourage people out there to just keep doing your job, keep doing your thing, because someone is going to call your name.
Yeah.
Someone will refer you. And I also believe how you treat people. I didn't think I was the best dancer or the best singer, but they called my name, and I was prepared and ready to go.
Yeah, I get chills every time I hear this, because people think that believing only works in certain industries or in certain things, but it works for everything.
It works for everything. I look back when I think about my uncle that is a doctor, and he would pick us up in his BMW or in his Mercedes every now and then, and I would say, I want this, or I would say, I want to live where he lives. And that happened in 1999. In 2007, I buy a house in that same zip code where my uncle lives, where all these wealthy people live.
Right.
And him encouraging me, putting me in his cars, taking me to his house, and I would sit there and say, I want this. I'm going to get this. And it felt real.
Right. Exposure, what you're exposed to. Another funny thing that you said was that Destiny's Child was opening for 98 Degrees.
Opening. They had 3 songs. No, Bills, 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 and Bugaboo, wearing patchwork jeans and cowboy hats and boots.
Why is that so powerful when I hear that? Because most people, they only see you at the top, right? They only see that, but they don't know that there's so much work that's put in where no one knows you. And it goes back to the whole the saying in the word where it says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And at that point, they weren't as known as you guys went on to be known.
Listen.
But they kept doing what they needed to do. Yeah.
Destiny's Child at that time was the artist. If you guys have ever gone to a concert and they were the act where people were walking in, eating their popcorn,
Right.
drinking sodas. You weren't paying attention to the opening act because you're ready for the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
And Destiny's Child was not the headliner at
Wow.
the time.
Wow. Wow. So you get the phone call and you fly to LA and you shoot the video.
Shoot the video.
How was that entire experience for you coming from Rockford?
Nerve-wracking.
Right? It was nerve-wracking for you.
Nerve-wracking. I'm literally coming out the four walls of church. I literally had to tell my minister of music, I said, hey, I'm about to go to LA and film this video. I'll be back. Didn't happen. I'm this church girl, and I'll never forget my mother was, I don't know, we sent her a picture of the outfit that I had on. And she said, no, ma'am, it looks like you don't have on no clothes. I need you to put something else on.
Right.
And of course, Miss Tina's mom, they put me in something else.
They did?
They did.
Wow.
Because it was a type of latex and leather that was very skin tone. And because of the type of movements we were doing, my mom was not too happy about her baby looking like she didn't have on any clothes. But she's okay now.
Gotcha.
She's okay.
Gotcha. So you go through that experience, and so how was the transition for you going through Destiny's Child and all the success that you guys were having? And so how did you transition to where it is that you are today?
Okay.
How was that?
Transitioning from then to now, I mean, because they understood my love for God, when it came time for us to do solo albums, I chose to do gospel music.
Yes.
And we were still at the height of our career, and I've done 2 gospel albums at the height of Destiny's Child's career, because I also didn't, maybe this was ego, or I didn't want it to be, how should I say this? So basically, when someone's not relevant or hot anymore, sometimes they go to gospel or faith-based music to grab that relevance again. And I was proud to do it at the height of our career. So when we're on tour and when we are in these arenas, 30,000, 100,000 people, when it's time for me to do my solo music, I'm doing gospel music.
Of course.
And people are telling me, Michelle, I listen to gospel music because of you. I believe in God now because of you. There's something when you sing gospel music, we would get goosebumps in this, or your life made me want to kind of research what is this joy that you have, or this joy that you sing about. So I was very proud of that. I can't say that the reception was all that good as far as the people that I wanted it from. I wanted acceptance. It's kind of like that little girl, I don't know about you, when you're in school and y'all have to play kickball and you have to pick teams.
Yes.
So it's a captain. The
Yeah.
captains pick who should be on the team. So I'm that little girl saying, hey, pick me, pick me, pick me. So I found myself being that little girl in the genre of gospel music saying, hey, pick me.
Right.
I'm saved. I love God.
Right.
But a lot of people didn't understand, how could I be in Destiny's Child and still do gospel music? And even after Destiny's Child, you're still doing gospel music. And I remember for about 10 years, I didn't fool with gospel. I was like, I don't like y'all. Y'all can have it. But someone told me that my assignment is bigger than my emotions.
Right.
And I said, okay, I guess I better be obedient.
Yeah. This is what I wanted to get to, because our emotional state that we're in a lot of times, unfortunately, can be dictated by how the world views us or the influences that we have as children. And for you, just in the short time that we've known each other, for you to go from that arena where it's lights, it's thousands and thousands of people, to then, decide, I'm going to go and do what I believe God has called me to do, and not to get the reception that you thought. How did that play a role in the emotional state that you were in? And then, let me say, did it take you to a place where you didn't want to be, where you dealt with some emotional challenges, and then how did you pull yourself out of that to be the woman that you are right now, who's extremely confident in the role and the purpose that God has for you?
Wow. It made me angry. It hurt me because I was like, I know I'm living better than a lot of y'all. But I shouldn't have even been thinking that. I'll never forget, I was heading back from a gospel award show and I was crying on the plane. I was like, they really don't fool with me. They really do not like me. I was even told that Michelle Williams is trying to come take our money. And I'm like, what money? You know, lots of gigs, I've given the money back because I wasn't doing gospel for money.
Right.
And I would just never forget God speaking to me saying, why are you crying about a box I didn't put you in?
Right.
You know, I know what I'm assigned to do, but you're worried about a group of people that I didn't call you to or assign you to anyway. I need you to worry about and think about the people who come up to you and say, because of you, I listen to gospel music. Because of you, I know God. I'm learning about God. That's who you should be focusing on.
But how long did it take for you to get there, though? That didn't happen overnight.
No, it did not. It did not happen overnight. It took some years. Because like I said, I'm the little girl saying, pick me. Don't y'all see that I'm saved? What y'all need me to do? Speak in tongues? Froth at the mouth? Do I need to roll around on the ground in a charismatic way to let y'all know that I'm saved? I love Jesus. Please accept me. But when that person spoke to me and said, your assignment is bigger than your emotions, I think it instantly went away because I felt like, too, I was being disobedient and probably missing out on a few years of things that God probably had for me. And I probably wouldn't have went through what I went through emotionally had I known and had I realized, who am I doing this for? If I'm doing this for God, I can tune everybody else out. And I probably could have avoided a lot of the hurt and the tears if I could have just, you know, been a boss like I was with the girls and kind of just have that same position as a solo artist. I probably would have avoided a lot of that hurt and pain.
So it sounds like you had this confidence, right, from the get-go with Monica. Hey, tell her to call me.
Yep.
And then when it was time to move into this other arena, it seemed like you kind of took a step back from that type of confidence that you had in the very beginning. Why do you think people go through that? I know why, right? But I want to see if we're on the same page here. Because I believe we put too much stock into what other people think about us.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest danger that you can have when it comes to your emotional state. Because your emotional state is yours. It's yours. You're with that 24/7. And if you're going to allow the world's view, or what the world says about you, to impact that, they've already forgotten about you. When they said what they said, they've moved on with their lives, but you've held on to that, and now you're carrying that, and that can lead into depression. That can lead into anxiety. That can lead into, I think probably the worst thing is a lack of confidence, which now puts you in a place where you're crippled. You're not going after what it is that God has called you to be. So how did you overcome that? Because I know you went through a brief period of that, and because that's what you're going to be talking about at this event, right? For me, I'm the tough guy, right? I'm like, hey, listen, you know, get over it. Let's go make it happen. But that doesn't work for everybody, right? That mindset that I have doesn't work for everybody. So how did you get yourself?
I'm definitely not a red.
Yellow
or green. I think those are those the colors?
Yellow, blue.
Yellow,
blue, yellow.
I think I'm a combination of both.
Yeah, blue, yellow, definitely,
Okay.
definitely for sure.
Okay.
You're definitely funny, that's for sure.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue, yellow, green, then red. I think that's.
I'll let you assess. I'll take that. Wow. I'm thinking of some things though, because while in Destiny's Child, we were not in this world of social media where you can read everything being said about you. So we were kind of insulated. But I did know, it kind of depends. I realized I felt like I wasn't the favorite. That's what I felt. I felt that I'm the new girl coming in. People were mad at me for being the new girl coming in. I said, yo, I just took a phone call and got on the plane and shot the video. And then before you know, I'm a permanent member of Destiny's Child. It's not my fault. So I just remember feeling like, I think now that I think back to it, maybe that spirit of wanting to be accepted has been on me for a very long time. You know, I wasn't the popular person. I wasn't the person that, you know, everybody, I would say, was checking for in school because but I accept that because there was something different about me, maybe that people just didn't understand. And when I look at my life now, what God has afforded me to do, I'm like, I'm okay with different. I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. The 7 pillars, the first one is the spiritual awareness. And there's a reason why I put that first and then the emotional strength, because I believe that your emotional strength must come from your spiritual awareness.
Absolutely.
If you don't have what God says as the main ingredient in your life, if you don't have that as the barometer, the standard for who it is that I am, and identify with that, that's the awareness that I have, I am going to allow the world to dictate how I feel. And you know, for you, it's very different. We get a chance to succeed or fail privately. You had to succeed and you failed publicly.
Oh, literally. But go ahead.
Right? So you have the entire world watching, right?
Yeah.
As you succeed.
Yeah, come on.
And
come on.
watching as you fail.
Literally.
And I had a little taste. And this is really how we met. I had a little taste of it the beginning of last year, and I literally had to like get up. I had to like mentally get up and spiritually get up and say, no, I'm not going to allow myself to be defined by a divorce. I'm not going to allow myself to be. I'm not going to allow my emotional strength, the emotional state that I'm in. I'm not going to allow it to be defined by a failure. Yes, I failed. Yes, okay, fine. But how am I going to respond to it? That was the big thing. And I've seen you respond, right? I've seen you respond in a major way. You have a new book that's coming out, which is important. It's checking in. Because, yes, you're going to have people in your life that are not for you. And the people that are in your life that are not for you, a lot of times they don't really even know you. But you need to take the role of, I'm going to check in with people. I'm going to be the person that is the source of inspiration. I'm going to be the person that reminds them of the power that they have. Because I know, and you've never told me this before, but I'm pretty sure you were looking around for people to say, she's accepted, she's good, she's to kind of lift you up. And maybe they were there, maybe they weren't there. But I learned, because I was looking for them too.
Listen.
I was like, is anybody not going to defend me? Is anybody not going to say anything? You know who I am. And for the most part, they were quiet. But you checked in with me. You know, you sent a message and it was encouraging. It actually really encouraged me and helped me get through that challenge. So is that what this book is really all about?
So this book is, it is a memoir, but it's not the glitzy glamour memoir of pictures of all my success and the Grammys and the this and that. It's not that. It's a memoir of my mental health journey. From what I can recall from the 7th grade up until now. So it's called Checking In because I needed to take the power back in those words of checking in. In 2018, I literally had to check in. I checked into a mental health facility. And I remember how embarrassing it was, humiliating, and I felt like a hypocrite when it was made public. I did not want it to be made public in the manner in which it was made public. I talk about it in the book how my manager got wind that TMZ found out where I was and what was going on. And I said, well, I can't let them tell my story. And so we crafted a statement. I gave him my Instagram password because I couldn't have my phone with me. And he pressed send. And I didn't know the magnitude of things until I got out of the hospital. But it was, I would say, tons of love and support. But I didn't like how I felt. Here I am, I've been a mental health advocate since 2012, 2013, before it became this self-care trend and this trend. And I felt like, oh my God, I don't think I was checking in. when I think of checking in with yourself and checking in with others, checking in with God, those are the 3 pillars of the book, okay? And checking in with God, I always said my favorite scripture was Proverbs 3:6. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he'll direct your path. That's a form of checking in. Checking in with others, okay? Wise counsel. And I got to a period in my life where I wasn't doing it consistently anymore. And I found myself in a place in January of 2018. Now that I look back from July to when I go backwards, the symptoms of depression came back in January of 2018. But in July is just kind of when I was in a pit and I was just like, I can't get out.
Wow.
But in 2018 was supposed to be a sweet year. I got engaged. I'm doing Coachella with Beyonce and Kelly. Things are going good. My candles are, so many great things. In July of 2018, I'm sitting in the hospital. And so
But what brought you there, though? If you don't mind sharing, because there's someone watching this right now, and they may be dealing with that right now. And I tell people the reason for my success is to be able to inspire people. I love talking about where I was when I was living with my dad. I love sharing that because I know there are people that are facing, challenges like that. So what brought you there to that point where you felt the need to go and check in, and then how did you, or what did you do? And I'm pretty sure it's in the book, right?
It's in the book.
It's in the book,
it's in
right?
The book, people.
What brought me there, and then what brought me out, right? That's what people want to know. People want to know, what brought you there, David? What brought you there, Michelle, where you felt like, okay, this is what I think is the best thing to do? And then what brought me out to where now I can write a book about it and inspire other people? Because that's the purpose of what we do here.
If I didn't have on these heels, I'd run around this studio. Just based off of what brought me there, what brought me out.
Okay.
Listen. Woo! So what brought me there was just dealing with some unhealed wounds. I would even say some trauma. And I don't know why it was that year. Why did it have to be 2018? Because I've been in therapy before. You're not going to make me do it. I've been there before in therapy. I know what depression has felt like. In 2012, I was in a bed for weeks, months, couldn't get up.
Wow.
I'd been there before, and I think what kept me there is because I didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want anybody to be like, here we go again. I didn't want it to be said, well, you're good. You're with your girls. You're engaged. What do you have? Because I'll never forget. In the early 2000s, I told our manager at the time, Matthew Knowles, I said, hey, I think I'm depressed. And he said, no, y'all just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. You got Barbie dolls. You're this. But I know he was just trying to keep me grateful and in the state of gratitude, which I was. But when I look back, like, I've been going through some stuff since the 7th grade.
Right.
Okay? And so I don't know. I kind of know. It's the certain things I'm not even ready to vocalize yet. But what exposed it was even some areas of me feeling unworthy of love, unworthy of success. In 2018, still feeling that way.
Wow.
But what got me out was having the humility to say, I need help. And the work that I've been doing from then to now, I just see, and I look at pictures of myself back then, and I'm like, who is that?
Wow.
I just see total transformation. I feel total transformation. It's taking a lot of work.
Of course.
Daily work.
Of course.
And not to get comfortable feeling like, oh, I'm okay. I know I'm okay. I'm great. I'm fabulous. I'm good. What y'all say? I'm Gucci. I'm good. But I'm still doing daily work because there are still parts where God still has to show me my heart.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm being tested in areas that I'm, teaching and talking about. And God is still showing me my heart. Even today, I'm like, ooh.
Well,
okay, God. Okay.
this is why you are one of the speakers at this event, because it's important. It's important that it's part of the total transformation. It's part of the total healing process, because there are people watching right now, and they want the money that you have. They want the fame, right? Because they think that that's what's going to do it.
If
That's,
you had fame, you'd give it back.
if I get the money, the fame, everybody knows me. They think that's what it is, but then when you get it, you realize that there is this hole that can only be fit. That can only God can fit.
Only God can do.
And that's why this is 1 and number 2. So your part to play. And I'm going to touch it all 3 of the days, right? I'm going to touch emotional strength.
Okay.
All 3 of the days.
Oh, I'm gonna take notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on it. But your part is so important because, yes, from a male standpoint, I can speak, right? But from a woman's standpoint, right, and someone who has the fame and who has the money, being able to now convey that to the women that are going to be there and say, hey, listen, those things is not what's going to make you have the joy, the peace that you desire. It's not going to be in a man. It's not going to be in being engaged. It's not going to be in, oh, I'm married. It's not going to be how people perceive you. You know, social media is a completely different world. Like, you know, when my Instagram got hacked, I literally realized how different of a world it's in. It almost felt like someone removed me from a world. It's wild, and there's so many people that are dealing with that, and it's causing a lot of emotional turmoil for people. So I think it's very, very important. Even this interview that we're having.
Well, first of all, I was like, let me try to get out of this request. Let me try to get out of this, but I'll save it for July. But you know the significance of the original date.
Yes, I do.
So I'll save it for July 25th.
Third.
Well,
23rd to the 25th. They don't know what day you're speaking.
Oh, yes, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Could
Any
be
one of them.
26th. Could be 27th.
No. It cannot be, please.
He's gonna extend it, guys. I'm just saying.
It's 3 days. It's 3 days.
23rd through the 25th.
I'm looking forward to it. I am, because I know it's going to touch a lot of lives, and that's why you're here. I mean, I think that's why we're all here. And our story, and our mess, our successes, all those things play a role, and it plays a role for His purpose.
Absolutely.
You know, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
Gosh, I'm so nervous. I know I probably shouldn't say it, but I am.
Thousands of people will be there. Okay. And it's okay to be nervous. I'm nervous before every call or every event, but when I get on that stage, I let it take over, and it's a wrap. You sang in front of hundreds of thousands of people. I seriously doubt a couple thousand people is going to be a problem for you.
Listen, I'm sitting next to one of the greats to ever do this, so I take notes from him. I watch him, and so thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm really excited to do this. Nervous and excited. I'm going to be there. Like I said, I've been trying to find ways to get out of it, but I'm not. I'm not.
You can't.
Did I tell you? I was like, Quinn, I don't know. I can't believe this.
Believe Nation, events, big announcement. We have Michelle Williams in the house. She is going to be teaching, speaking, and you have a special guest that's coming with you.
I do.
As well.
Yes, Dr. Caroline Leaf.
Yeah.
She's a neuroscientist, and she's definitely helped just even transform my mind and my thinking, my thoughts. Just the brain versus the mind. She's absolutely amazing.
Yes. I got a chance to watch a bit of you guys working together, and I was like, wow, they really, and I called it, it's going to be called the SOS, the SOS session.
Sound of Science.
Yeah, the sound of science. So Michelle is the sound, and Dr. Leaf will be bringing the science. Yeah. So SOS. And that's what a lot of people need right now, right? What's the other meaning of SOS? Anybody know?
The churchy. You want the churchy one?
What's the other meaning of SOS? Isn't SOS like
save our ship?
No, there's an emergency. It's help, right? There you go. It's help. So it's perfect.
Oh my
SOS,
God.
I need help.
OMG. Brilliant.
I know. Thank you.
He's brilliant, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I came up with that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not paying him for it.
Right.
He gets no royalties from that.
SOS. That's
it's
SOS.
perfect.
So make sure we got the branding team that gets that SOS. That's gonna be the
Y'all
session.
were today years old when you just got that.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Of course. That's how they know me.
Rolls.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Got it.
well, Michelle, listen, we're going to save the rest of it for the event, July 23rd to the 25th. Guys, give a big, big, big round of applause to the great Michelle Williams. Thank you so much for coming on with us today, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the event. Guys, you can go to believenation.events to get your tickets, and let me go ahead and drop the announcement we're going to do for the birthday. We got a lot of great things that we're doing for the birthday. I'm sure you guys have been seeing it, the t-shirt. I think we have the t-shirt and the Believe Nation book, right? And can I get my book back? Can I get that back? Okay, that'd be great. The Believe Nation book and the t-shirt, the 1 year anniversary. If we have a picture of it, we can show that. You guys be able to get that bundle. I believe it's $79, something like that. But what we're gonna do, all right, for this event and for the birthday, this was actually my idea. This is what I want to do. If you've already bought a ticket at $897, all right, at $897 VIP ticket, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one free gold ticket. All right, so if you've already bought a ticket at $897, you're going to get one free gold ticket. So I want you to bring somebody with you, all right, if you already bought a VIP ticket. But what I'm also going to do, if you haven't bought your ticket yet, I am actually going to allow you to purchase your VIP ticket. That is normally $15.97, early bird $8.97. You can actually get it right now for the birthday. All right, for the birthday. All right, that's today. You can get it for $5.97, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and if we can pull up everything that the VIP ticket comes with, it is absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So $5.97 gets you a VIP seat for the event. If you've already purchased one at $5.97, you're good. But if you did purchase one at $8.97, what I will do is I'll throw in a gold ticket for you. If you haven't purchased your ticket yet, you can actually go and purchase it at $5.97. We're going to be at the Hilton, ladies and gentlemen, the Hilton in Orlando, July 23rd to the 25th. We've got better seating because now some of the things are opening up as far as COVID and whatnot, the restrictions. So be there in Orlando. If you've already bought your ticket, your flight ticket, go ahead and change it over to the 23rd to 25th. Change your hotel stay. I'm pretty sure it's a ways out. We still have a ways out to it, so you should be good. All right, so make sure you let everybody know. We'll pump it out there on all the social media platforms, July 23rd to the 25th. This event will absolutely give you everything that you need to go out and change your life. I don't create millionaires. I don't change people's lives. I serve as an example, right, that your life can change. I serve as an example that, yes, you can earn millions of dollars and be great and be a great leader, all that. But you're the one that still has to do the work. You're the one that has to develop the right mindset, right, the right mentality, right, that has to have the spiritual awareness, has to have the emotional strength, be able to deal with the right relationships, right? And we're bringing in the right people that have gone through some of the challenges that you're probably going through right now, and they've actually overcome it so they can give you the steps, the strategies that you need in order to be able to do that. So I'm excited. Go to believenation.events to make sure you get your tickets for the event. I'm going to see you. It's going to sell out really, really quickly. We're still maybe, about 90 days away or so from the event. So we still have some time for you to get it, but it will definitely sell out without a shadow of a doubt. We spared no expense on this event. It is going to be absolutely incredible. I have more announcements. There's going to be more people that I'll be announcing that will be coming to this event, so you don't want to miss it. I've got something really, really big, really, really huge that we're going to announce as well. All right? Now, Michelle, before we go, we got to let them know. The book is coming out.
Yes, the book comes out May 25th.
May 25th. So
May 25th.
Right like 2 months before the event.
I know. Wow.
Perfect.
Good timing.
Perfect timing. So checking in, how can they get the book? Where can they go to get this book so they can read it before they even come. So
yeah, and if you
that'd be
get
great.
the book, I'll sign it for you. Go to checkinginbook.com. You can get some downloadable affirmations, and if you pre-order the book right now, you can also get the first 3 chapters. Awesome. And yes, checkinginbook.com.
Checkinginbook.com. Do we have that? Was that on there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead and get that. I've already purchased 10. I'm going to purchase a whole lot more. Actually, I purchased 8.
Yes, you did.
It was 7, and they gave me 1 free one. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
God,
but we're going to have them there as well. We're going to have the books there, so you'll sign them?
I will sign the books.
All right, perfect. Make sure y'all have your mask on, and y'all, wear your Believe Nation mask. There you go. All right. So guys, listen. Today is the birthday. Do we have we're celebrating? We're going to the grand opening. We have our headquarters. So you're going to see us here really soon. We're going to be celebrating. We're opening up our grand. This is grand opening today for our headquarters, Believe Nation headquarters, and also for the foundation as well. So a lot of work. I actually have an office now.
Yeah, woo-woo.
Yep.
Congratulations.
So I literally kind of have a job, I haven't had a job in like 17 years. I'm gonna clock in and all that good stuff. I don't get paid, but it's all good. Okay.
Wait a minute, you turned that the other way, not towards me.
Oh, how's it go? How's it work? Okay. This way, right?
I definitely, wait a minute. Let me get going.
Okay, all right. Is there a count? We gotta do a countdown. Yeah. And we got some music and all that. We're gonna do a count. We're gonna count to 7. Okay. Everybody knows that's my favorite number.
Yes.
So 1, I want to say thank you to God for Believe Nation. Thank you for the vision. Thank you that we are going to impact the lives of 1 billion people. Yes. Thank you that we are going to serve as an inspiration to people that they can live the life that they truly desire. 2, we're going to make a difference in the lives of everyone we come in contact with. And thank you, God, for giving us the ability to do that. 3, because we make a difference in your life, you're going to be able to go and make a difference in someone else's life as well and pay it forward. So that's 4. Believe Nation, impacting 1 billion people's lives. This will be the biggest social media platform for achievement in those 7 different areas. Okay, 6. And we will definitely live out our purpose and make a huge contribution to the world. So 7! I got it! I got it!
I guess I should do the same.
Yeah, it was literally the same time.
I won't open to it.
Oh, Michelle. I like this. Nice.
That's too loud. It sounded like real gunshots. I don't like that.
Who gonna clean all this? Okay, all right.
Listen, my ears.
I want to make sure they can.
It's ringing.
I don't know why this is happening to me. Why am I going through this? All right, but here's the reality. Why not you? Why? What do you mean? Why are you going through it? Why not you? Right? I mean, trust me, there's somebody else that's going through something worse. Right? And if you weren't going through that, I promise you, you'll be going through something else. But here's the key. Am I going to go through something, or am I going to grow through something? Am I going to develop through something? Am I going to get better through something? That's the decision that you have to make.
All right, Believe Nation, how you doing? This is a day we've been waiting for many years. What is Believe Nation? Believe Nation is the most powerful achievement platform on the planet.